Hello Geminis, welcome to Timsy's Naked Tarot. Don't worry, Timsy's not naked, the tarot reader's naked, by which I mean I strip out as much astrology as I can. I do that by using this plain deck to bring in the star sign or the type of star sign of the person we are doing the read about. For those regular viewers, you may notice the backdrop is different for this particular read. That's because I'm up in Scotland, in Dundee. I'm working here for the next month or so, so this is where you're going to get the bulk of your videos from. Lighting isn't great. Hotel rooms aren't made for videoing. Okay, so that just being said, let's crack on with the read, shall we? It is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't, don't worry too much. I'm not following any sort of cycle. Next week's one might. Before we get going with the read, I will just quickly like to remind everyone I am doing a giveaway this month for a wax melt burner / scented oil burner. If you are interested in that, just drop me a comment in any of my videos this month and you'll be put into the prize draw for it. If you want to drop a comment but you're not interested in it, just at the end of your comment don't put me in the draw or something like that, and that'll be fine as well. Okay, so we are dealing with justice, which you had out in the All Signs overview I done. To go with justice, we got a page of swords, and a king of wands. So justice is basically you're getting your justice. Something's happening which might balance the situation somehow. Perhaps you're giving someone justice. With the page of swords, it could be a little bit I struggle with this word when I think about it. I can say it all the time. Dramatic, or it could be very disappointing for you. And the page of swords could also be just an indication that someone is spying somehow. Maybe you're checking out someone else's profile to see if they're getting their justice. Perhaps someone's checking out your profiles to see if you're getting your justice. The King of Wands is, it could be a business owner, could be someone who's very risky with their business deals, like an entrepreneur or something, someone who takes risk in the sort of business what most people wouldn't touch with a 10-foot barge pole. Can be someone who's is always someone who's very passionate. Can be someone who's a little bit up their own arse, vain, and the like. It's all about them, and they think this tarot read is all about them. Sorry. Just there is going to be the connection between you and this younger fire sign. Just underneath that there will be the energies of how this younger fire sign feels about the connection. Just here is an overall outcome for the read. It may be possibly advice to you about this read. And off the bottom of the deck just there is going to be the overall energy of the read. Okay, so the overall energy of this read is a passionate new beginning, which also happens to be the equivalent of the Ace of Clubs. Okay, that would be like the Ace of Wands if it was a tarot card, instead of the Ace of Clubs being an ordinary playing card. So the overall read is some sort of passionate new beginning. And the connection itself is the start. It is hopes, dreams, wishes, and the like. Okay, it is possible that you could be entering the limelight somehow. You could be becoming a star within your own little world or something like that. How does the younger fire sign feel about this? This is like the Justice card. It's the minor arcana of it. There is balance being created. They feel that this connection can offer them balance, perhaps. Somehow this wish is creating the justice that they want or desire. And our Page of Swords is like been promoted to a Knight of Swords. The overall outcome is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is taking action, bold forward movement. Is a fast action. It's going to happen quite quick. I'd imagine the outcome of all this read will be sorted by the end of the month for most of you. Obviously, you are all on slightly different timelines. Some of you, you're nowhere even near this energy yet, and it will be future influence, maybe coming into play in January next year, June this year, maybe September, who knows. It depends how far or forward you are on the timeline. Some of you, you may have already gone through all this energy, and you might like to drop me a comment sort of saying, oh yeah, Simon, you're behind the times, this happened 3 weeks ago. Okay, it's literally all because we're all on different timelines. It depends on how people around us react to the energies, how we react to the energies. Some of us like just feel the changes, jump on board and ride the crest of the wave, and others swim against it. That's what we all end up on, slightly different timelines. Okay, so let's see where this star is going. It will give me the shuffle in a minute. I'm sure it will. There you go. The moon. Okay. What's going with our moon? We've got the sun. Okay. Night, day. Oh, bookended by the star again. Okay. So, we have the moon. The moon is all about sort of, well, possibly sort of fears about something coming out, something being revealed. The sun afterwards would indicate that these fears are, well, either founded or unfounded, because it's going to be revealed, is the first thing. The moon is like not a keeper of secrets, it's an indication of secrets. Things are kept in the dark, so to speak. It's nighttime. The sun, there's no escaping the sun. There is that saying, let's see what it looks like in the cold light of day. And that's the sun revealing all the truths. You can also argue you've got the masculine and feminine energies right next to each other. Yeah, either way round, it doesn't matter in this particular case. I personally see the moon as a masculine energy and the sun as a feminine energy, but a lot of other tarot readers and energy readers see it the other way round. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritties of why I see it as the opposite. It could be just because I'm an awkward bastard and yeah, I go against the grain all the time. Temperance is, this has all been building up for a long time, but she is finally pouring the liquid from one glass into another, or one cup into the other in that picture. That's how I feel. It's been building, it's been there for a long time, but it's now coming to the head. Things are being revealed, things are coming out into the open. With the star, again, in that particular, well, in both those stars, actually, they are both having vessels which they are emptying out, both into the real world, which is the ground in the depictions on the card, and into the 5D world, which is where they're pouring it into the water. Okay, and so this is, not only is it coming out in the 5D, the people who are releasing the secrets, the unknown, the hidden from the moon, are actually emitting to it in their soul as well. So let's see what's crossing this. Is the Six of Pentacles. It's creating the justice, it's creating the balance. Okay, perhaps you, I don't know, perhaps you have a secret that you were parking your car and you bumped into your dad's car. Oh, that's a much younger fire sign, by the way. Yeah, so you were parking your car and you bumped into your dad's car and you knocked the bumper off. You got out, you had a look, and you've gone, or the fender, if you're American, and you've had a look and gone, oh, fucking really? Oh, well, I know what to do here. So you drive forward and park with a couple of cars' lengths between you. Yeah, so it don't look like it was you. Or you park on the other side of the street, or you park somewhere totally different. And you've not told them, and you've kept this secret from them, and your dad's got really irate. Oh, some idiot's gone and knocked my fender off, knocked my bumper off, rah, 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 rah. And all the time you're thinking, yeah, that was me. But you're not telling them. But you're also not telling the universe. You're not admitting to it, even to yourself. Yeah. Now the energy is sort of saying, I don't know, and someone saw it happen and has finally told your dad, or you have finally felt that, oh, I've got to tell him. So you've told him, and that is what brings the balance. Okay. Obviously, I'm not saying that is the example. That isn't exactly what's happened for you in this particular read, but it is an example. Okay, so let's see what this balance is. This younger fire sign. Or perhaps let's rephrase it so it works with the energy better. You being the older person, them being the younger person. You parked behind you. You went to visit your child somewhere, and you parked your car and smashed up theirs at the same time. There you go. That's dementia setting in. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's see what this Six of Pentacles is about. And again, the universe will give me the right shuffle in a second. There we go. Okay, so there is balance. There is this balance being had. There is the want to work on it with someone. There is the energies of everything being ready to work on it with someone. Or perhaps you're going to try to somehow perform some sort of magic trick and make it less trouble for you. With the Strength card there, you feel, or they feel, because this is how they feel about the connection, they feel that there is a little bit of fear. They're worried about this coming clean, this truth, and they're building up the strength to actually come clean with it. With the Knight of Wands at the end, it is an energy of we're going to rush in, a bit like that Knight of Swords down there, but this is going to be for some sort of passionate reason. Okay, so we are getting some sort of balance in passion, self-passion, self-want, self-need, so to speak. The Knight of Wands is quite often seen as the player card, someone who sees someone across a crowded room, goes over, starts talking to them, applies on all the lines they have, takes their hand, disappears to a spare room in the house or wherever they may be, do the deed, and then disappear and never be seen again. Okay, it's kind of like that energy. It's someone who's doing something for their own end and not necessarily for the good of a community or the good of a situation. They're just doing it because it's going to make them feel better. And that's what it is. They're coming clean with that moon up there because it makes them feel better. Or on the other side of that scale, they feel that perhaps you are coming clean to make yourself feel better, not necessarily because you wanted to let them know it was you who done whatever. Okay. Crossing this is the Five of Pentacles. This balance may freeze them out of a situation, or possibly they feel like they may have to freeze you out of a situation because of it, or it's going to cost financially somehow, one way or the other, either you or them. Okay, let's see what this Knight of Swords is all about then, other than the rushing in. I don't know, it suddenly popped into my head, those who dare win, suddenly popped into my head. I always demoted back down to the Page of Swords. Okay, so with the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, okay, and the Six of Wands. Right. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay, we're going to rush in, we're going to tell the truth, we're going to get the point across. We're not going to beat around the bush, we're going to say it exactly how it is. Okay, Gemini, you're going to own up for knocking the bumper fender off the car, however it may be. Yes, you may feel disappointed in yourself that you kept it quiet for so long. They may feel tell us that I managed to screw that up again. They feel disappointed with you for not being as honest with them as they think you should be. The Nine of Pentacles is, well, it's in a book meaning it's hitting the jackpot. But in this particular case, I'm going to say this is going to create a rift of independence. It's going to create a separation between you two. Okay, you are going to feel the loss of this. Okay, you're going to sort of realise that perhaps honesty was the best policy some X amount of days, months, years, decades ago. And when you should have come clean right at the beginning instead of holding on to a secret. It's going to cause the separation. It's going to cause something that you are going to start to lose. You're going to feel the loss of whatever this is. It may be a friendship. It may be a parent-child relationship, and the child becomes estranged and disappears. I know children do that all the time, especially the older ones. The Six of Wands is sort of saying, don't worry too much. It is actually a victory. It's good that this separation is occurring. Perhaps they rely too heavily upon you. Perhaps you rely too heavily upon them. Perhaps you need to work on being more self-independent, not so self-reliant on someone else. And with justice, and when justice comes out, remember we have had the Two of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles twice. Yeah, which is the minor arcana of the justice, the balancing, so to speak. When things balance, well, that opens up for getting your judgment. Once the justice has been applied, you get your judgment, don't you? Yeah. Justice being applied is like the police catching you for not having an MOT or whatever roadworthy certificate you need in your country. Well, then the judgment is applied. They decide that if you're just going to get a fine, or are they going to take your car away and scrap it and you never see it again? And then obviously all the paperwork follows that, where they send you out the fine. You may end up in court, however it may go. What's crossing all this is the judgment. You can't write this, can you? Okay, so it is the judgment. The justice has been applied and you've been caught by the police. Okay, and now the judgment is coming. What are you going to get because you have been caught by the police? Obviously, this implies, being caught by the police implies that you were doing something illegal in the first place, but it don't necessarily have to be the police. It could be the person. This younger fire sign has caught you, I don't know, being with someone else behind your partner's back. Okay, so that's the justice. Now comes the judgment. What is that younger fire sign going to do about it? And the outcome, it's going to be victorious. It's not going to be as bad as you think. Now, victorious might be that you get away lightly with it. Yes, you've still done something wrong. For instance, if you've got your MOT or you don't have your MOT and you've been caught up by the police, as I said, you might just end up with a little fine, like £100 fine. You might end up with a fine with some points on your license, or you might end up with your car being totally and utterly dismantled and turned into a cube of metal. Well, the victory you're saying is going to be the lighter end of any judgment. Okay, you're going to come out of this perhaps financially worse off with that Five of Pentacles, but it's not going to be as bad as it could have been. Okay, so that is your read, Geminis. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, as I said at the beginning, not every read can resonate with you. If it hasn't resonated with you, don't worry too much. I'm not following any sort of cycle, so next week's read might... I say I'm not following any sort of cycle. I'm pretty sure you had justice last week as well, so perhaps... maybe, but although this time I am doing a general read, last time I was doing a read on what your specific other was intending to do about you. And so again, they're probably not connected. So also just quickly throw it out there, I would just like to say thank you to any of you who have subscribed to my channel, given me a thumbs up in the past, shared my videos in the past, or commented in the past talking about comments. Don't forget, if you want to be in the chance to win my giveaway, you have to leave a comment in one of my videos this month, or as many comments as you like. The more comments you leave, the more names or the more chances you have of winning it. And yeah, just thank you for watching. I will catch you all soon. I hope you all have a wonderful week.